Hi guys, it's Jag here from Jag Aquatics and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I will be sharing a technique that I use to create this type of scapes. So what I will show you that how to use Aquaforest rock, Aquaforest powder and Jag Aquatics aquascaping glue to join any type of Aquaforest rocks and to come up with this kind of scapes. So to create your reef aquascape, you will need Aquaforest rocks. You can buy them in a 10 kilo packs depending on the size of your scape. You will need Aquaforest powder. You can create it by crushing Aquaforest rocks. I will show that in the video. You will need then aquascaping glue. You can buy Jag Aquatics aquascaping glue. It's one of the best super glue available in the market. And then also you will need Aquaforest stone fix. Why I recommend stone fix, because even the glue creates a really strong reaction and very stable scape, but I still like to use stone fix or any other cement to give the extra stability to the scape, especially where there is a lot of hanging areas. So yeah, you will need these 4 products to create your next dream aquascape. So to get the Aquaforest powder from the rocks, I'm using commonly available kitchen mortar, and I have broken the bigger pieces of Aquaforest rock into smaller ones, like you can see it here. And after that, I'm just going to use a hammer to crush them into the really tiny pieces, or pretty much into the powder. Now, the other thing that you can do here is when the pieces are really small, you can also use a kitchen grinder to create a powder. Like you can see it here, when they are pretty much at this size, you can use a kitchen grinder, but make sure that the size is like this. If it's bigger rocks, it will obviously break your kitchen grinder. So I'm gonna try for this scape, or I will try to get one takeaway container ready before I start scaping. So this is pretty much good enough for me to go and start the scape. But if you plan to create the whole scape and you don't want to go back and keep crushing, I would say a couple of takeaway containers are good enough to finish a scape. And if after that you need more, you can crush the rocks more. So here I will be using Jag Aquatics aquascaping glue, Aquaforest rock, and we have our Aquaforest powder ready. So we will need these 3 things, and this is the rock that I will be using. So I want to create a hanging area joining this rock. So this is the first rock that we have, and then this is the second one which will create a hanging area. So if you've seen the scape that I showed you before, it have a lot of overhangs or hanging areas, and that's what I will show you how to create it. So try to find a joint where all these edges or grooves sit together nicely. And once you have decided that this is how the rock gonna sit over the other rock, then you can use the powder to add it to that edge of those 2 rocks where they are joining. And I would say use a generous amount of powder for that joint, especially if your rocks are heavy. So once you add the powder, after that just add the super glue, and you will see a reaction will happen straight away, and the powder turns into a bit of a white substance, and it's a chemical reaction which makes a really solid joint. So after that, I'm just adding more powder. So I will do this a couple of times, totally fill up that joint, and then again add the super glue. So you will see again I will be adding super glue, and reaction happens straight away. So this is pretty much joint is ready, and I will be moving this scape, and you will see how good the joint is. So I just what I'm doing here is I'm again using a super glue, put a bit of powder on the top to make sure that it looks nice, because it's a pink powder at the end of the day, and it matches with the color of the rocks. So yeah, we are pretty much done, and I can lift the rock from the slab. So it's pretty easy the way this glue works and this process works, and it can lift the whole base easily. So you see these big gaps and at the bottom of the scape or the bottom of the rock. So what you can do there is that you can always add more powder and super glue, or I would recommend is you can use Aquaforest Stone Fix. It's a, or any other cement, you can use that, because it's really easy to use cement and fill up these gaps instead of using powder. Obviously you will need to crush a lot more powder to add it, but yeah, that's the easiest way to cover the joints. So this is the final look, and you can see in a few seconds, you can create a nice hanging area and a nice piece, whichever way you want to design it. So with this technique you can quickly build these kind of scapes, or any scape that you imagine, and after that you can obviously use cement to really make it strong if you want. So I really hope that this video was helpful, because I do get a lot of questions that what's the technique that you use for different rocks. So for Aquaforest, I do crush Aquaforest rocks, so because if you get a pink powder, it kind of matches with the color of the rocks instead of using any other rock powder. So I really hope this was helpful if you want to create your next reef scape using Aquaforest rocks. Thanks guys, and see you in next video.